Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I'm Emmanuel Fashimi. It's actually a great week, a beginning of a new week, and let me say the month is gradually winding down. Today is the 26th day of the month of February, and you know this year is a leap year, so we have just 3 days to go to the end of February 2024. The year is gradually winding. You know, it's a weekend full of actions. The past weekend there were cup games all over in Africa, in Europe, and what have you. And then also the qualifiers for Paris 2024 for the women's category is heating up and it's ongoing. Our own darling Super Falcons will be in action, and that is where we're going to be starting from on the show this lovely morning, where Super Falcons wins against the Lionesses of Cameroon, the return leg at the Abuja National Stadium here in the city of Abuja on Friday. That was at the Reunification Stadium in Douala, Cameroon. It ended on a goalless affair between these two giants when it comes to women's football on the continent of Africa. And Super Falcons, they landed in the country after that game, and they've been preparing towards this game that will be happening today at the Abuja National Stadium. And the coach is talking tough ahead of this particular game. He says that is Round the Wardrum who is coming back to the side after some time out because of contract issue, and he's saying that the girls are ready to get the maximum win against the Lionesses of Cameroon. Cameroon stopped the Super Falcons of Nigeria, the 9-time champions of Africa women's football, not to participate at the London 2012 Olympic Games, that is in UK. This same team, they stopped us 3 times. We've not participated in the Olympic Games. The last time we were there was in 2008 at the Beijing Olympics, where we lost all our 3 games. The last game was against the Brazilian. I remember Mata getting one of those goals in that particular game, and we lost all our games. Couldn't make it out of the group stage. That was 2016 in Rio, we were not there. 2020, that is in Tokyo, we were not there. And 2012 in London, we were not there. So the Super Falcons are hungry, having not been to the past 3 Olympic Games. They want to be there, but it is not yet over. The hurdle is still ahead. After now, if they eventually wins this particular game against Cameroon today, definitely they will be playing, as it stands right now, it's going to be the Banyana of South Africa, because they won their own game against the women from Tanzania, the first leg, and then 3-0 in favor of the South African ladies. And whoever wins this return leg today here in Abuja will face the winner, because in football, anything can happen. We've seen results overturned. If you remember 2015 Barcelona against PSG, that result was overturned and it went in favor of Barcelona. So we've seen a couple of results being overturned and in favor of the first team that lost. 3-0 is a score that can actually be erased. So, but let's see how the Tanzanian ladies will also respond to that defeat. And if eventually they beat South Africa in the return leg today, then they will play the winner between Super Falcons and Cameroon. So that is the way it is in that particular one. But for the Super Falcons, they will be here in the city of Abuja, and NFF has rallied around, called on every sports-loving Nigeria, football-loving Nigeria in the city of Abuja to come out en masse and support the Super Falcons to victory against the Lionesses of Cameroon. We are still not seeing that defeat in 2012, where they stopped us from going to London Olympics in 2012. So it's a big one. It's a big one for the Super Falcons, and all the big players are in town. You know, they say when the big boys comes in town, you know what it means. So the big girls, the big ladies are in town. They want to get the ticket. They want to be there. After now, we still have 1 leg to go. And if eventually wins the last leg, that means we'll be at the Paris 2024 Olympics. When they say Paris is the most beautiful city in the world, and you will love to be there. The guests want to be there, and I know the fans also want to be there and support Super Falcons. That game will be coming up at the MKO Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja. All right, let's leave Abuja. Let's leave Abuja and go straight to Angola, where Rivers United did the great job in that particular game. Mohamed getting the third goal for the pride of Rivers. They went straight to Angola and got that maximum win against 3 points against APC Lobito in that game in match day 4 of the CAF Confederations Cup Group C encounter. For Rivers United, they were third on the group after, though they are still third on the group, but they now have 9 points alongside the Tunisian team. Surprisingly, the dream team from Ghana is at the top of the table. They defeated the Tunisian side to top the table with 12 points. And for Rivers United and the Tunisian side, also they have both of them have 9 points and going to the last game that Rivers United will be playing at home. So let's see how Rivers United is going to respond. But it was a sweet victory, 3-2 it ended. 5-goal thriller in Angola at the 11th November Stadium right there in Angola. They got that game. They got the maximum 3 points. It was Rivers United were down by a goal and they had to come back, rally run and went ahead before they added the third goal. But all the onslaught that APC Lobito threw at Rivers United, it proved abortive, and at the end of the day, they ran away with 3 points from Angola, and they will be coming back home to play their last game, match day 5, and see if they can just sneak into the morning spinning stage of the CAF Confederations Cup. It's a big one. The last team that played in the final of the CAF Confederations Cup was this same team. Them, they were not called Rivers United, rather they were called Sharks, the Dolphins of Port Harcourt. Then that was the name they were called. They changed from Dolphins to Sharks of Port Harcourt, and now they are now being Rivers United. That was in 2006 when we got to the final and we lost to the North African team, Ismaili of Egypt, in the final. But this time around, let's see if Rivers United can repeat that same feat they did in 2006 and get to the final. But they have to qualify from the group stage into the morning spinning stage. When we say morning spinning stage, when you make it to this round, a lot of money will be given to the team to execute all of the games going forward. And that is for Rivers United. In Group C, they remain third with 9 points. Alongside the Tunisian side, and then Dreams of FC of Ghana is at the top of the table with 12 points, and APC Lobito at the bottom of the table with 0 points. That is in Group C. But for Rivers United, congratulations to Sterling Eguma, congratulations to Evans Ogenyi. After Fatai Osho left, he was drafted in to join that team, and we have seen signs of good fortunes for Rivers United. I'm full of smile because of that win, and they just have to prepare themselves very well for the last game, match day 5. They will be playing here in Abuja, here in Nigeria. Precisely, they will be going to the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Akwa Ibom State, because that is where they play all their continental engagement. Because of a massive Maka Stadium in Port Harcourt is not in good shape, it cannot host continental games. All right. Let's come back home and quickly look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. There were actions in match day 21 in the NPFL. The league is getting hotter and hotter. It is the second stanza of the league, the second round of the league right now, and we are seeing fantastic results. Good games over the weekend for Kano Pillars. They ran riot against Shooting Stars of Ibadan. 5 goals they scored in that particular game. Looking good for the Nigerian Premier Football League. Let's quickly run over the result. Sorry, it was a mix-up. That was the EPA result. We'll still get there, but let's just look at our own league first before we go straight to Europe. Doma United were beaten at home for the first time of the season. They are the only team that has not lost any game at home, but this time around, Enugu Rangers, Fidelis Lechukwu and his ward went straight to Pantami Stadium in Gombe, where it has been a slaughtering ground for Doma United against all teams that visited them there. But this time around, the Antelopes went to Doma United and they say, no, you cannot use us for Suya. They actually got that maximum 3 points at the Pantami Stadium, 1-0 Collins Ugweze getting that goal in the 49th minute. In the 49th minute of that encounter, and they ran away with one goal nil in that particular game, and it gave them 3 points for Enugu Rangers. Like I said, the second half of the season is getting hotter and hotter, and for Kwara United and Katsina United, it was a 1-1 draw in that game. Kwara United was leading before Katsina had to level things. For Bendel Insurance and Enyiba, it's a kneeling draw at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. A goalless draw for Enyiba. They defeated Bendel Insurance the last time out, and now with this draw, it has been 3 draws between these two teams and 1 win apiece for both of them. And then Akwa United also, the second away win, that is the 12th away win of the season overall in the league. Enugu Rangers maybe did the 11th away win on Saturday, and on Sunday, Bayelsa United made it the 12th away win in the Nigerian Premier Football League. It was 1-0 against Akwa United at the Eket Township Stadium. And then we have Kano Pillars, like I said, at the Sanya Abacha Stadium. The Mesum Gida Boys, as they are called, that is Kano Pillars, putting 5 past Sunshine Stars of Akure. On the evening, the sun didn't shine on them very well, and the Stars also just went into hiding. They considered 5 goals in that particular game, 5-1, and it was a good one for Kano Pillars. Lobby Stars of Makurdi pipped Heartland FC of Owerri, who continues their misery in the Nigerian Premier League, 1-0. Niger Tornadoes also beat Abia Warriors 1-0, and Gombe United beat Sporting of Lagos 2-0 at the Pantami Stadium, where Doma United lost. Doma and Gombe United used the same stadium, and Plateau United against Shooting Stars of Ibadan, it was a goalless affair. So if you look at that, the Nigerian Premier Football League, like I said, is getting hotter and hotter and interesting. The second stanza of the league is on, and we are seeing the 12th away win of the season in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Now let's look at the table. Let's see how teams are standing on the table, and for Enugu Rangers and co that got those away win, let's see where they are standing on the Premier League table, that is Nigerian Premier Football League table. Lobby Stars stay at the top with 39 points. Remo Stars is second with 36 points. Kano Pillars have now moved to third position with 36 points. Goal difference between them and Enyiba. Enyiba is fourth with 36 points and goal difference 3. Plateau United fifth with 7 goal difference and 35 points. Enugu Rangers now sixth with 34 points and 8 goal difference. We have Doma United 7th with 32 points and 2 goal difference. Bendel Insurance is on the 8th position with 31 points. We have Katsina United on the 9th position with 31 points. Rivers United is on the 10th, though they have played less game than every other game. Their own game was postponed. They have 27 points after 20 games. Let's go to the flip side of the table quickly and see what it means for other teams. On the flip side, we have Abia Warriors on the 11th position with -2 and 27 points. Shooting Stars of Ibadan is on the 12th with 27 points. Kwara United 13th with 25 points. Sporting Lagos on the 14th position with 24 points. Niger Tornadoes is on the 15th position with 24 points. Bayelsa United same point with Niger Tornadoes, but goal difference of -5 and 6 separating them. We have Sunshine Stars of Akure on the 17th position with 23 points. Akwa United 18 with 21 points. Gombe United is 19th with 21 points. And for Heartland FC of Owerri, the way things are going, it seems they are going to remain at that bottom of the table with that 18 points, and see definitely well, their fortunes can change. We cannot judge them. 21 games have been played. You know, we have 38 games to be played, a full season. Let's see how they will fare for the remaining games of the season, and probably find themselves out of the relegation zone. Christian Obi has been drafted back into the team by order from the state governor, that is Hope Uzodinma, as in Christian Obi, where they sack Benga Ogumbete from that team. All right, let's go straight to Europe quickly, and we will start with the EPL. There were actions over the weekend. We're going to look at some of the results of the English Premier Football League that happened over the weekend. It's a good news for all Super Eagles supporters, fans, and Nigerian loving fans, for Super Eagles players and their various teams in Europe. For Alex Iwobi and Kevin Bassey in Fulham, they got the 2 goals for Fulham at Old Trafford, that is Theatre of Dreams, where they nailed Manchester United to 2-1 defeat. They suffered 2-1 defeat in the hands of Fulham in that particular game. Bassey getting the first goal and Iwobi getting the second goal for Fulham in that game. They say goal made in Nigeria in that particular encounter. Let's quickly look at some of the results over the weekend. For Arsenal, they trashed Newcastle United. Arsenal is making a statement: we can fight for the league, we can get it right. Aston Villa beat Nottingham Forest 4-2. Brighton and Hove Albion played a 1-1 with Everton. Crystal Palace nailed Burnley 3-0 after Roy Hodgson left the team. Manchester United lost at Old Trafford, like I said, to Fulham 2-1. And the 2 goals coming from Calvin Bassey and Alex Iwobi. AFC Bournemouth suffered a defeat at home in the hands of Manchester City 1-0. And for Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium, they trashed Newcastle United 4-1 in that game. Now, let's look at the English Premier League football table quickly. Let's see how the table is. Liverpool tops the table, who did a fantastic job yesterday in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. They topped the table with 60 points after they have played 26 games, the same number of games with Manchester City, who have 59 points, but 1 point difference. Arsenal is third with 58 points. We have Aston Villa fourth with 52 points. We have Tottenham on the 5th position with 47 points. Man United 6th with 44 points. We have Brighton on the 7th position with 39 points. Wolves is on the 8th position, 38 points. They have to they won their own game yesterday. That's for Wolves 1-0, and then they find themselves on the 8th position, chasing for Europe this season. We have Newcastle United on the 9th position with 37 points, and West Ham is on the 10th position with 36 points. Let's look at the other side of the table quickly. We'll have Chelsea on the 11th position, who have played lesser game. 25 games they've played, they have 35 points. Fulham is on the 12th position with 32 points. Crystal Palace 13th, 28 points. Bournemouth on the 14th with 28 points. We have Brentford on the 15th position with 25 points. Nottingham Forest is 16th with 24 points. Everton 17, Luton 18, Burnley 19th position, and Sheffield United and Burnley have the same number of points, but goal difference -33 and -44. Wow, that's a big one. And these 3 teams got promoted last season, and it's looking as if they will go back to where they are coming from. That is it for the English Premier League. Let's move over to La Liga. For Luka Modric, remember the good old days in a very fine form. That solitary strike against Sevilla in that game gave them 8-point leads at the top of the table. It was 1-0 against Sevilla. For that goal from Luka Modric, fantastic one. They are suffering injury. They are suffering a lot of injury. The likes of Jude Bellingham is on the sidelines because of injury, and they've been struggling. You saw how they struggle in Europe and what have you, but they had to just dig it deep to get that goal in the dying stages of that particular game against Sevilla. And no other person than the Mercurial midfielder, that is Luka Modric, the ageless one, I call him, is a fantastic player. If you remember 2018, Russia 2018 World Cup, and even the last World Cup in Qatar, Luka Modric did well for Croatia. Real Madrid beat Sevilla 1-0. Cadiz and Celta Vigo played a 2-2 draw. Real Betis against Athletic Bilbao 3-1. Las Palmas and Osasuna played a 1-1. Barcelona trashed Getafe 4-0. Alaves won, Mallorca won, and Almeria and Atletico Madrid played a 2-2 draw. Now let's look at the table and see what it means for Real Madrid, that win. They now have 65 points, like I said, 8-point gaps. Barcelona now moved to second on the table with 57 points. Girona is third. Girona has not played their own game with 56 points. We have Atletico Madrid fourth with 52 points. Athletic Bilbao is on the 5th position with 49 points, and Real Betis is on the 6th position with 42 points. We have Real Sociedad on the 7th position with 40 points. Las Palmas is on the 36th position with on the 8th position with 36 points. Valencia 9 with 36 points. 0 goal difference. Getafe is on the 10th with 34 points. Let's look at the flip side of the table quickly and see how teams are standing. We have Osasuna on the 11th position with 33 points. Alaves is on the 12th position with 29 points. Villarreal is on the 13th position with 29 points. Rayo is on the 14th position with 25 points. Sevilla 15 with 24 points. Mallorca 16 with 24 points. Celta Vigo is 17 with 21 points. Cadiz 18 points. 19th position with Granada with 14 points. And Almeria having 9 points, remaining at the bottom of the table. Now let's go straight to the big one over the weekend, the Italian Serie A. This man left the African Cup of Nations just scoring 1 goal, but was involved in all of the goals for Super Eagles. But this time around, back to base, doing what he knows how to do best for his club in Europe, that is Napoli. Victor Osimhen over the weekend got the goal for them, but at the end of the day, they played a 1-1 draw against Cagliari in the Italian Serie A. For Victor Osimhen, 2 goals in 2 appearances so far. His first game was against Barcelona in the Champions League. He got the equalizer for Napoli, and now he also got the goal for Napoli in the weekend fixture in the Italian Serie A, but it ended on a 1-1 draw against Cagliari in that particular game. For Victor Osimhen, fantastic player. The new coach has said he can get more goals for the team and he can raise Napoli. He did it last season and can also do it this season again. But we know that Victor Osimhen, as it stands right now, his time might just be up in Napoli. It has been said that at the end of the summer, he will be leaving Napoli, but we don't know where he will be going yet. 130 million euros has been slammed as a price tag on Victor Osimhen, and with the way things are standing right now, if he keeps on with this kind of performance, definitely you know that that money is going to increase. And one team also in the Italian Serie A is Inter Milan. They beat Frosinone 4-0 over the weekend. They cannot stop scoring. They cannot stop doing what they know how to do best, and they are holding tight to that first position of the Italian Serie A table. Let's look at the table and see where the where Inter Milan what they have after that win against Frosinone, and for Napoli also playing a goalless draw, 1-1 draw against Cagliari. Inter Milan now have 66 points after 25 games. We have Juventus on the 2nd position with 57 points. AC Milan instead 53 points. Bologna 4th, surprisingly Bologna on the 4th position with 48 points. We have Atlanta 5th with 46 points. Roma is on the 6th position with 41 points. Lazio is on the 7th position with 40 points. We have Fiorentina on the 8th position with 38 points. And Napoli continues to remain on the 9th position with 37 points after 25 games. If you look at the goal difference is 5. That means they have found it difficult to score goals this season. Torino is on the 10th position with 36 points after 25 games. Let's go to the other side of the table. For Inter Milan, they've been doing a very great job. They're having 66 points. Monza is 11th with 36 points. We have Genoa 12th, 33 points. Empoli 13th with 25 points. Lecce is on the 14th position with 24 points. Udinese is on the 15th position with 23 points. Frosinone 16th position with 23 points. We have Sassuolo on the 17th position, 20 points, same as Hellas Verona, who has minus 13 goal difference and minus 17 goal difference. Cagliari is 19th with 20 points, and we have Salernitana on the 20th position with 13 points. That is for the Italian Serie A. Big one for Victor Osimhen. Congratulations to him after leaving the Nations Cup, not getting goal, but what fantastic in the Nations Cup, involved in all Super Eagles goal. He has gone back to base, like I said, in Europe, getting the goals for Napoli. Good one and good games over the weekend. All right, before we go on the show quickly, let's take this story. It's actually not a good one for our senior men's basketball, our basketball men team, that is the D Tigers of Nigeria. I'm not blaming them. I have to blame the government. I have to blame the ministry for not doing so much for this team. They left late for Tunisia in the 2025 Afro Basket qualifier. They've lost all their 3 games. They lost to Libya. They lost to Uganda, their last game, and to Uganda. Now they've lost to Cape Verde. They were beaten in their second game, 82 points to 89 points. That was against Libya, their opening game in this particular game. And Cape Verde, their last game, also dented their hopes of making it through into the next round. And for the D Tigers, they lost their third consecutive game against Cape Verde, 62-78. It ended in the 2025 AfroBasket qualifier. A team that just left the particular day of the competition. That was when they left the shores of this country. And for FIBA, they had to just extend their game. That was on Friday. They had to extend the game they were supposed to play in the morning. They had to play that game by 8 p.m. on Nigerian time on Friday. And they lost that game, their first game, to Libya. And then they lost the second game to Uganda, 62-72. And they've also now lost to Cape Verde, 62-78, which is not telling well of us as a nation, and probably how we run our own affairs. For a team that did so well, if you watch that game against Libya, you know that the team was ready to win. They didn't actually have the best of preparation at all. That's for the D Tigers. Now they have suffered 3 defeats in the 2025 AfroBasket qualifier. All right, that is where we're going to leave it on the show this lovely morning. Sorry, we could not bring our guest on the show because of some signal issue. Probably we'll be having him on next time. And that is it on the program 360 Sports. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.